So, since the exposure of one Adam McNeil and there's another guy by the name of Mikkel. He was actually one of my training partners when I was in my martial arts dojo. I'm guessing he might have been a part of this. I'm like right near where I live. This is Figueroa in 90th Street. Is a Masonic temple. So literally a couple of blocks away from where I sleep. There's a Masonic temple. One of the things that I experienced here is that they would have me come. I was going through some trials. I remember I explained in a previous video how they had me hooked up to a computer, I believe. And we were doing some type of computer training where I was, I guess syncing with a computer. That's all I can really explain. Trying to sync with a computer. Anyway, so here's some of the Freemasons right here. They had me coming over here every now and then and doing trials. And some of them were like, running. Some of them were some type of silly trial. And a lot of times it ended up with me being right here. At this block right next to the temple. So I just wanted to show this place. And there's not really much to say besides they have a lot of tactics. They have a lot of things going on that are just abnormal. And that includes the mind control, that includes the changing of, your perception, like, making you feel like you're almost underwater, making you feel like you're not capable of doing things. So, this is the Freemasonic Temple. This is one of the organizations that want to kill black men, led by their draconic masters, the Dracos, forged by white people, and working with white people, and who knows how many clones and synthetics they got around. Go ahead and take a look at this. Yeah, they're a part of it. As you can see, a part of this insanity. It's a sad day, I know, for me a little bit, because I, experienced some real betrayal in my life, some real lies that have destroyed everything in my life so that it could benefit a few people, or it's just a complete lack of respect and love. The principles that I live by, and in effect, they tried to steal them from me, and without any love for it, without any respect.
Bigfoot, I love it.
So without any respect, without any love, just complete destruction of someone's life. I've experienced what betrayal is really like. What it's like when someone does something to you, and even though you trusted them, they betrayed you. I remember there was one time that Adam sent me an email when I first found out about all this shit that was going on, all this bullshit. And they started really attacking big time. What happened is that I was fighting them, and I was trying to get away as well. They kept doing this mind control. They kept trying to torture me, with sound waves. They were hitting me with different things on a regular basis, so that I could barely think. so that they would be popping in my head, all sorts of crazy shit. And like they even somehow took my brain and like folded it and made me feel it. Some really bad shit. Some really bad shit. Just basically torture in your own house. Like, it was like a negative entity was next to me, torturing me in any way they could. Trying to hurt my body. And this was happen on a daily basis. And this also included energy draining. This included sleeplessness. The inability to think properly. Like kind of what they're doing to me right now. Anytime I start talking about these videos, they do this thing where it's hard to think. So when they were doing these things, I had to get away. I had to get the fuck out of the house. And I told my ex-wife, I was like, listen, I told her the entire story. I was like, this shit's going on, and somebody's trying to break me. Someone's trying to mind control me. Someone's trying to hurt me for some purpose, and they won't leave me alone. And she didn't believe me. She was saying, hey, this and that, you're just crazy, maybe you should stop meditating, stuff like that. Turns out, she was a part of the whole thing, and her brother is, and her family is. I mean, talk about betrayal, setup. The people that you sleep with had a daughter with. I mean, the person that I was sleeping with, had known for 16 years, was also a part of it. I mean, that's deep. That's some deep shit. Anyway, so when I left their house, when I left the house, and they're doing something to my brain right now, by the way, I don't know what it is. When I left the house after I said I had enough, I told her that I got to get out of here. I just can't take it anymore. And I'm not going to break. I'm not going to be their slave, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to ask for help, and they want, all that other bullshit. They, break you down. I said, I got to get out of here. I got to go to my mother's. Turns out they killed my mother and replaced her. Turns out they killed my mother and replaced her ass. And when I got down there, when I got down there, but on the trip there, they tried to they hit me with this type of beam that kept trying to make me fall asleep while I was driving my car. And the trip was from Massachusetts to DC. I'm sorry, North Carolina to DC. So it wasn't a quick trip. So for 5 hours, I had to fight off falling asleep in traffic. So, and this was not the first time they tried to kill me. They're trying to kill me multiple times, or incapacitate me. Along the trip, first off, my ex didn't want to give me any money. I wasn't working. I was stay-at-home dad, and she didn't want to give me even $50 for gas. By the way, she had tons of money in the bank. Didn't want to even give me $50 for gas to get there. And had a fucking conniption, call the police on me, all sorts of freak out shit, I'm telling you. That's why I'm glad I'm divorced from them. It's really a sad thing to have happened, to me and to anyone else that has had to participate in their sick games. When I got to Maryland with my mother, I didn't realize it, but she was gone already. They had already sacrificed her. Who knows? She died. She was now a clone or a replacement. And had a negative being inside of her. So anything I told her, she was, no, praise the Lord, praise Jesus Christ, all this other stuff. It was all sorts of bullshit. One of the things, once I told Shoshana I wanted a divorce, first thing that happened is that her brother, what happened is that After I spent some time with my mother, there was a lot of things that were happening, including torture and all sorts of other nasty things, energy draining, people just staring at you from outside, the bird attacks, all that weird shit. Basically the same type of stuff that was going on when I was in North Carolina. They just tried to continue it. And I'd go outside and it'd be like a government agent sitting at the corner with a recording device or some type of device, just standing there staring at me. I even had Hispanic hitmen following me around the entire time. And so, there was some really bad shit going on during my escape from their prison. So, the mental prison. So, I finally got divorced, or started the divorce proceedings, and said, hey, y'all bitch asses owe me some money. And I decided to get the fuck out of the town and get away from the world, from their surveillance and from their insanity. And I decided to just go away. And I got an email from Adam saying, well, why don't you take your ass home back to your mother? You're not welcome here. And why would he say such a weird thing? Anyway, so I'm just saying that there are certain things that didn't connect and I didn't understand back then, but I completely understand now. Because of their actions, what happened and what was really going on. And you got these organizations that are supposedly operating under the guise of law and justice and peace and a constitution. And the truth is, the staggering, sad truth is that there is no law, there is no peace, there is no truth, there is no justice in this world at this time. You've got people like this, organizations like this, gangs like this, operating under that facade while they're conducting mass surveillance and killing people and using them for their experimentation everywhere. And I am telling you, my name is James Pender, and I plan on exposing this shit and holding whoever it is accountable who has been a part of this evil system. They will not get any forgiveness from me. I hope that they get recycled one day. I hope that they get recycled and never come back. That is what I hope happens. I'm not sure where we're going. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, but the reality is that this type of stuff is unacceptable. It is rude. It's just the worst thing that you can possibly do to someone in their life. Completely destroy it and force them to be your energy slave. So this is the Masonic Temple. I had to deal with a lot of shit. It blows the mind that you got the U.S. government, you got organizations like this all over the place, and you got people who are willing to hurt others to get what they want. It's a sad, sad world, and whoever these entities are, whoever these people are, they can't last forever. So more power to everyone who has to deal with this type of stuff, and I hope that you come to peace and we all get our justice one day. Praise be.